Priti Patel has been urged to get her act together after the UK saw a record year for illegal migrant crossings. Asylum applications in the UK have reached their highest level since 2004, according to official estimates. But Professor of International Migration Heaven Crawley is calling for the Home Office to improve the UK's poor asylum system, which leaves thousands waiting for a decision. For years people have crossed the Channel to come to the UK, but in recent years attempts have increased. Professor Crawley says the spike is almost certainly due to Brexit. Professor Crawley, who previously worked at the Home Office, said those that make the journey almost invariably have some sort of connection to the UK, including family or language which they imagine would help them make a new life. She said, "They have a lot of perceptions about the UK that come from the country's place in the world and its history. They imagine it's a place of justice and good human rights systems, and if they are going to build a life anywhere, then it might be a good place." There is very little evidence, if any, that migrants will come for other things that are commonly thought to be a poor factor, for example, housing or welfare. In a survey of 402 people at the former Calais jungle camp, the International Health Journal found over half of those planning to travel to England, 52%, said they had family here. But Professor Crawley pointed out that upon reaching the UK they face a long wait before they can work due to the very slow asylum system. In November, 27 migrants died when their small boat collapsed as they attempted to make the journey across to the UK, in the biggest single loss of life in the Channel since records began in 2014, according to the International Organization for Migration. The event sparked renewed calls for changes to the way refugees are treated. Professor Crawley said the obvious answer is safer legal channels, adding that the Home Office needs to improve the asylum system. She added, "The best thing that could happen is that the asylum process was quicker and more straightforward. It's very complicated and expensive and difficult for people." People are criticizing France for being out the system, but there is no system for them to be in, so say for legal channels, almost everybody agrees that this needs to happen. They should have the right to apply for asylum without having to get to the country, and that would take away the market for the smugglers, because the smugglers are taking advantage. Earlier this month, Home Secretary Priti Patel unveiled an alteration to the Nationalities and Borders Bill which allows the Home Office to consider a newly arrived migrant's asylum claim for longer than the 6-month limit it was previously constrained to. But Professor Crawley said the speed of applications being granted needs to improve. There were 37,562 asylum applications in the year to September, compared to nearly 32,000 in 2020 and 35,737 in 2019. People can claim asylum in the UK if they fear persecution in their own country. Professor Crawley said providing people with access to work and education whilst waiting for their application to be processed is pretty critical. She added, "One, people are more settled, those that have skills and have previously been able to work in their countries in quite specialist sectors, should be provided relevant support to enable them to bring those skills into the economy." The number one thing is people have to get their status quickly so they can get on with their lives, and while that happens they should have the right to work.